Well, we'd like to introduce our, we have an inspirational poem this morning from Nadia Rojas.
And the title is Autumn. The late afternoon light glows atop the changing leaves of the trees. For a brief moment, it seems to control the movement of every leaf. September days grow shorter. Quietness slowly reclaims the landscape. The fields breathe rest, a pause. A hint of yellow gives the horizon a subtle radiance. The sunlight comes in more subdued but more impenetrable, as if really was looking to inspect the ground. As if having rushed through summer, now it wants to settle over the fields and catalog each leaf as they begin journeys full of unknowns.
I am going to take just a couple of minutes to introduce our keynote speaker this morning. Oza M. Holmes is a born nurse, believe me. She has been a nurse for over 30 years, but now she's only 35.
I help people every day and found out they don't even understand breast cancer even though they're living with it, or they've been diagnosed with it. So I told Gail, I hope you don't mind, I switched it a little bit, so I'm going to do you a little thing, is understanding breast cancer. I want you to understand it, and hopefully that'll get rid of some of the myths, some of the fears that women of color have regarding more than 200,000 women a year. It's one of the most serious health concerns in the United States. Okay, with that, this year alone, actually about over 197,000 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. 60-some-thousand women will be diagnosed with non-invasive, and the number for men have went up. It is now 1,910 men will be diagnosed this year with breast cancer. And that number has went up since I started working with people with breast cancer in 1990 from 600 for men. So for some reason there's an increase also. But what is breast cancer? I mean, we have breast cancer survivors sitting here and they don't even know what it is. But yet they went through this journey, through all this treatment to get rid of something they don't even understand. We do know breast cancer refers to a malignant tumor, okay, that has developed from the cell in the breast. So you need to understand the cause of breast cancer type actually is ductal carcinoma. Most breast cancers begin in the ducts. This is part of the problem because every woman should know what type of breast cancer she has, because that will make a difference sometimes in how it is always caused by a genetic abnormality, okay? A mistake in that genetic material. With that, only 5 to 10% of all cancers are hereditary. So what does that tell you? Most cancers are sporadic. They just happen, okay? About 90% of all cancers just happen. Breast cancers, okay? They're due to genetic abnormality, and this abnormality doesn't come overnight. It comes under this. There are questions too. I also need to know your fears, because you'd be surprised how many people tell me, oh, you know, I know it's 10 years ago this woman died of breast cancer, my best friend, and they did this and they did that. Okay, with that, so you need to realize that. So that's what you know. We look at your choices. What choices do you have? What do you think your choices are? What are the alternatives? What are the strategies? Questions about the choices available to you based on your particular. The O is objectives. What do you want to happen after the scope model is we evaluate how each choice might affect each objective. I've had women say, look, I don't want to come for radiation every day. That tells us she's narrowed her choice down, because if she keeps the breast, she's going to have radiation. Okay? If she doesn't want to come for radiation every day, her choice, her option is going to be to have the breast removed, mastectomy. That's going to give her her gold of not coming for treatment. And if she can live with summary, discuss screening guidelines with your medical provider, especially if you are high risk. Continue your regular mammograms. It's a recommendation age 40, clinical breast exam for your medical provider, beginning at age 29 and monthly. With that, get the facts and partner with your medical provider when discussing options. You don't have to know everything. Access, go to your resources. Use your resources. Use each other. That's where ABCD comes in after breast cancer diagnosis. They have mentors who can help you tap into websites, give you that, not tell you what to do, but guide you and give you information based on that and help you.
Our first awardee is Brenda Brown. Brenda Brown has been making an impact on the quality of life in Dane County while also raising a family. And since 2003, Brenda has served as an administrator of the Division of Business Management of the Department of Transportation for the state of Wisconsin. She formerly held positions as Associate Director of Dane County Department of Human Services, where she led the department's cultural competency initiatives to improve service delivery for families of color living in Dane County.
I just want to say that the greatest thing is love and the connectivity that we have as women. I know your plights, your struggles, and if we help one another, like even this young lady, I was in a play and she helped me. God knows she helped me. She kept praying for me and helping me to go into a new field. But if we help one another and continue to love one another, then we will all be better together as a society, and we will all achieve the things that we're set forward. I love you. I appreciate you so much. And
she is a member of several professional organizations, including International Society of Magnetic Resonance in Medicine, the American Luncheon Planning Committee, the Projects and Programs Chair for 2 years, the Social Action Chair for the Wisconsin State Council, and the 2009 Nominating Committee Chair, among other DST duties. In 2008, Rochelle was named the Madison Alumni Chapter Soror. To you, Rochelle Diane McKenzie.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am very honored to
Miriam has been a motherly influence in the Latino community since 1990s. During her professional career, Lilian has worked as a teen educator at Centro Hispano, a parent coordinator for the Epilepsy Foundation of Southern Wisconsin, and Family 360 and counselor of battered women.
For many years ago, and this is the first organization that embraced me, that they guide me to do what I am doing today, because they were meetings. They were not at those times. They were not an organization yet, but they were meeting in different places around Madison on the outside.
Now our next awardee is Alice Skenandor, who was nominated by her organization for the great job she's doing in Green Bay. And this organization, Alice has been a practitioner in traditional midwifery and has worked over 750 Native American, Amish, Latinos, African American, and Asian women in giving birth naturally. She is a mentor midwife to other women in Green Bay and supports 5 women who have developed their own midwifery practice.
And figure out what are these problems about, because we're so afraid in our communities to talk about what we do wrong, and because it's wrong. It's really dangerous to be wrong, and we grew up that way, and so we're trying to sort it all out and try to figure out how we can look at those things that we're doing that perpetuate the harms that we keep in our lives, so that we can say, wait a minute, that's not our fault, we can stop it and we can change it. And so that's started with midwifery, and somehow it seems to connect for me to almost everything else. So thank you very much, I appreciate it.